Hey guys, what's up? I'm back and I'm actually leaving my campus. I'm leaving class. It's about 3:07 p.m. and I actually just remembered that I said I was going to come back to talk to you guys, chat with you guys for a little bit. I'm actually on my way to my ear, nose, and throat appointment. I have to meet with that specialist. And hopefully this appointment won't take long because I'm tired. I've been in class all day, so I am fairly a little tired and got a good bit of studying and stuff that I have to get done. So that's how that goes right there. But I did tell you guys that, I was going to be back. Hold on, let me take off my name tag. I did tell you guys that I was going to be back, and I would talk to you guys a little bit more about the program. So I want to say that today I've already had my first exam test already ago, and we will be having our second exam test next week. And the two classes I am taking are pharmacology. Pharmacology and fundamentals. And so far both classes are going okay. And I'll be studying for the rest of this week. I'll be studying this weekend every single day. I'll be doing a overload of studying, not really. But one of the studying that I did today was I listened to one of the podcasts that I created. So if you actually take advantage of NotebookLM, what I tend to do is take the class information or either the chapters in my textbook, and I upload them in NotebookLM. And from NotebookLM, you can convert it into a quiz. You can convert it to flashcards, and you can even convert it into a podcast and some other things. So I love putting the information to a podcast because it's like an AI podcast where AI puts together male and a female, and they basically sit down and have a discussion about that subject in detail, and also in a way that is easily understood even for a child to understand. So that's something I tend to definitely listen to when I'm on my way to school, to class, and when I'm on my way home from class. So that I have found to be extremely helpful for me. And so that's something that I like to do. And like I told you guys, I'm not a gatekeeper. I believe in sharing as much information I can share, because if I know about it, why can't I share about it with someone? So I definitely don't mind doing that at all. I have my hair pinned up, as y'all can see. I'm probably going to unpin it or keep it pinned. I don't know, for when I go into this appointment. But we have to have our hair off of our shoulder, except for this right here. And today I had lab. In lab today, we worked on doing Foley catheters, putting them in a female, and also putting them in a male, and also going into a patient room, which is really our mannequins, and determining what's going on by assessing the patient. So one of the things that our patient had going on today, we realized was that the patient had diarrhea for about 5 to 7 days, and the patient had a fever, and a fever is always a inclination of an infection, okay, in a person. And so we knew off the back that the patient also had an infection going on, as well as diarrhea. And we narrowed down before we even walked all the way into the room, is that if a patient is having an infection and is diarrhea, they probably have C. diff. So if we're suspecting C. diff, then when we're going into that room, we definitely want to make sure that we get our PPEs on, which for C. diff, which is a contact, would be a gown and gloves only. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to wear goggles. So we were able to assess that before we even went in the room, and which was an excellent assessment. My instructor was definitely happy about that, because she said at the beginning, none of the groups, because we were rotated in these rooms, a group of 5 at a time, and she said none of the other groups were able to notice what was actually going on with the patient before going in the room. So it just comes down to what we're learning is critical thinking, how to be able to critically think about something based upon the signs and symptoms that are going on with the patient. And these are things that we go over on a regular basis in class, by going through case studies as well, where our instructor pulls up different case studies, like this patient, female, what the vitals are, what are things that are going on, and we got to figure out, based upon the information we have, what could be going on with the patient. So, and like I said, I really don't feel like this is hard things, to decipher or even to be able to figure out, kind of thing. So I think everybody can figure out these kind of things. I even have my children, my 12 and 13-year-old, I'm sorry, they're able to do the same thing. Use critical thinking on a healthcare related question and rule out and figure out what could be something going on. So that's basically how that goes, and that's basically what we were doing today. This parking lot is very full today, so I'm gonna have to try and squeeze myself in to a park, which is right here. And I was able to, my appointment is at 3:30, so I'm here ready, for this appointment. So yeah, I just want to come and talk to you guys about that. That's how my day has been going today so far. I've had a really good day at class today, and I really enjoyed myself with my classmates and everything like that. So I'm really, really, really happy about that. I'm gonna take this off me too, since I'm going into where I'm going into. So yeah, I feel really good, and I'm happy that I could come to you guys and talk to you guys about my day today. And so when I get home today, I'm probably gonna get ready to get something to eat. I oftentimes eat an early dinner. I try just to come home, go ahead and eat, and then I take the rest of the time to while I'm eating, doing that kind of stuff, I'm talking with the kids, getting their food together and everything. But they're old enough to get their own food together too, so that's very helpful for me. And then it's time for me to really sit down and, tackle the things I got to do. Today, I have 2 quizzes I have to take for my pharmacology class. So I'll get those out the way. And after I take those 2 quizzes, I will get all my information and things together that I'll need for class tomorrow, because I have both of my classes tomorrow. I go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now it used to be Thursdays, but now starting this Thursday, I'll be in clinicals every Thursday. So that'll be a little different. My clinical, which will be a whole nother video, probably Thursday after my clinical, I'll upload a I'll talk to you guys about how clinicals went and things like that, and give you more information about clinicals. But basically today I'm gonna make sure that I'm prepared for class tomorrow as well. um, One of the things I do to prepare for class, for tomorrow, for my fundamentals class, is that she always gives us an objective, um, of a topic that, let's say Monday ours was tissue integrity. And so what I do, the objective is a printout of a whole bunch of questions and stuff, that she wants you to answer to be prepared for us to discuss that topic. And so what I normally do is I take the whole objective and I upload it in Gemini, which is the Google AI, if you guys aren't familiar. But I upload it in there, and I tell the Google AI to answer it, in detail, answers. And so it basically answers that whole objective and organize it into a spreadsheet for me. And so then I usually save that, to my files, and I also print it out so that I have a copy of it and I can add more notes onto it, and I'm prepared for discussion in class. I can participate in discussion. So those are the things that I do to help me get prepared and to help me study. And for fundamentals, I take all of those objectives that I've done leading up to my exam, and I upload it in Gemini or either Chat GPT, and I ask AI to create me a multiple choice quiz of, let's say for me, I do 30 questions. You can do however many questions you want to do. And I say, make the questions easy for me to understand, or sometimes I don't ask it to make it easy for me to understand. I'll ask it to analyze it and provide rationales. And the rationales is basically, why is the answer the answer? You know, that's something for nursing. You definitely need to know is your rationale. Why is this like this? What is the reason behind it? And so, yeah, I asked it, put it in that multiple choice quiz, and to give me my answers at the end. And so that's really how I study, and I'll take these quizzes um, over and over, um, just so that I can practice the information, make sure I retain the information, and I kind of get a sense of how I'm going to be asked these questions on the test. So, and I also go to my EAQs that we have in Evolve SharePath. So if you have that program in your nursing that you're with, I actually go in there and go to the HETC EAQ, and I answer questions within there, within my book and on the particular chapter and subject. And so that's another way that I use to study that I find very helpful. And that's the way that our instructor actually tells us to study, is to go through those EAQ questions and stuff, and rule out, to help you rule out the things, really to help you know how to answer the questions. And that's why my instructor goes over the case studies, is so that we will know how to answer the questions on the NCLEX before the NCLEX. You know, and I really appreciate that, because that definitely gives me a better way of seeing it and feeling, you know, about it. And it really does help. Judging from my first exam, it definitely helps the study system that I have. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I wish I could talk to you guys a little more, but unfortunately, I have an appointment that I gotta rush inside to get to. So I want to make sure I get to my appointment on time, if you know what I mean. I don't like to be late to no appointments, but I really appreciate talking to you guys. I hope you guys like my new intro that I have. It's something that I put together. I know when I started this channel, I called it Miss Benita, Who Is She? And I called it that because I wasn't in the nursing program yet, but now I am. So now there's more of a sense of who I am going to be. And you guys already see I'm going to be a nurse. So and I'm speaking it into existence, and I'm going to keep speaking it to existence, and I'm going to keep working hard towards becoming an RN. So I love you guys, and I'll definitely see you soon.